This is a huge warning to people. This is August 29th, 2023, and I've been sharing this warning or this important information for almost 2 years now. I started sharing back in 2022 how the interest rates were going to affect the job markets. Well, now we're here. So what I'm about to share with you is just my opinion, not financial advice. Don't make any financial moves based on what I say. But the information I'm about to share with you is facts, figures, numbers, logic. In order to predict the future, you must study deep in history's past. And history doesn't repeat itself, it often rhymes, and it's about to rhyme big time. So number one, we are 1 year after the Shemitah on September 1st. Number two, the Jubilee. Number three is we're in a really horrible position economically based on Ray Dalio's changing world order. It's an exact science on 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We're now heading into civil war and global war. Bad policies, over leverage, weak leadership, and everybody starts to turn against each other. Well, the Jackson Hole meeting was just recently, and Jerome Powell announced once again, we're continuing to raise interest rates until we get to 2%. We're not even close, guys. So until they get to 2% inflation, they're going to continue to raise interest rates. And I want to financially educate you what happens when they raise interest rates. When they started to raise interest rates in 2022, it was okay because the C word that shut us down, when it opened back up, the job markets were pumping. But about a year later now, the interest rates are starting to crush companies. Because before, being the CEO of multiple companies, it was easy to get capital, but now it's very expensive at the same time that inflation is high. So when products and services are more expensive and the interest rates are high and there's no access to cheap money anymore, large companies on the S&P start to file for bankruptcy. And I know that you're not sitting there with your CFO of your company, but right now they're crunching the numbers and they're wondering if you are important anymore. Because the number one expense on the books, ours is 40% of our payroll or 40% of our gross income is team members. And CFOs don't care about you. Mine does. We're customer and team member centric. We increase our effectiveness, but most CEOs are all about numbers and they're about the shareholders. So what they will do is they will cut staff. So what you're starting to see now is we're at a record high since 2010 after the last financial collapse, reverberation effect, that we're going into an all-time high of companies filing bankruptcy on the S&P. We are also heading into companies laying people off now. So if they continue to raise interest rates, which they will to get to 2%, it's going to be very expensive. And raising interest rates is to cool the job markets. And by cooling the job markets, prices have to come down because they have to let go of employees in order to stay competitive. Remember, every single dollar in the system is someone else's debt. You need to pay attention. There's going to be a massive pullback in the capital markets, crypto, stock market, going in, I believe, this quarter, 2023. And that is the greatest opportunity in human history to build wealth. Do the opposite of the 99%. When everybody's running from crypto, I buy it. And when everybody's coming in 2024 and 2025 because it's the best thing since sliced bread and they flip the script on you, I'm selling you my crypto as you come in excited. And as I sell my crypto, I put money on the sidelines and I diversify across Index Universal Life, tax code 7702, precious metals. I get equity in more companies. I'm getting into more of real estate next year. And I don't buy any liabilities unless it's paid for by an asset. And we worked to move over to the right side of the cash flow quadrant, which is Robert Kiyosaki's model. We no longer trade time for money. We allow our money to free up time. So you are one decision away from freedom. But in order to have freedom, and to be in a different situation, you must rewire the foundation. Rich parents have rich kids. Poor parents have poor kids. So if you think you're going to be rich because you make $1 million in crypto, you'll be the person filing bankruptcy a year later. You must get financially educated. You must rewire the system. You must create a game plan. And you must stick to that game plan no matter what anybody says. And do the opposite of the 99%. Because as Jim Rohn said, if you give $1 million to every single person in society, do you realize it'll end up in the same 1% hands? Because you didn't rewire the foundation to end up in a new situation. Warriors, rise! Get your shit together. Love you guys. Remember, I will never proactively DM you. Those are all scammers. They're using AI technology. We do not have an investment plan for. Never send me money. That's not me. We do have an education academy. We've helped over 7,000 warriors since 2020, the 3T Warrior Academy, which is linked in my social platform here. It's the 5 pillars of wealth. The foundation is self-development. And a like-minded community just like you. So if you feel lost, it's your community. I also have a insurance company, my Freedom Team, which is, I'm a licensed insurance agent. I have licensed insurance agents in all 50 states. So if you're concerned about your retirement, your 401k, you can have a free consultation with my team to discuss what is your retirement goals, Are you set up for retirement? Are you really securing your principal as these markets come collapsing down? Just my opinion. So in the description here, you can set up a free consultation. Remember, we'll never ask you to send us money. If you ever do business with us, be with our official insurance company. Love you guys. See you soon. All in the description.